have these pods from the Gleditsia triacanthos plant, which is the honey locust actually, also known as thorny locust. It's a leguminous tree from the bean family. It's native to Central North America, and it can grow to about 20 meters height. It lives to about 120 years of age, and the interesting thing about this plant is that there's male and female trees separately. So one pollinates the other. It can be used in extreme urban stress areas, and that is because it adapts well to different types of soil. It doesn't really have that big of a preference in terms of soil. And in some parts of the world it is considered invasive, for example Australia. I suppose that it adapts to the climate a bit too well there.
The seeds of the beans, and this part is actually edible. Also the pulp has the sweet nectar and honey-like taste. But the beans have to be cooked in order for them to be consumed by people. And they can also be grinded and made into flour and pasta. So the thing that is really interesting about them is they have this protective layer, which is a waxy layer on top of them, and it protects the seed. Also, when these things fall on the ground, animals come and pick them up and eat them up because they're also sweet. But the seeds, since they're protected, are not being digested in the animals. So it's a very efficient way of spreading the species around.
I would also add that the wood of these plants is one of really high quality. It is good for both building and fine woodworking, which means furniture, for example, stuff like this, because it polishes really well. You can get it to shine. And the fact that they're good for coppicing also makes them good for a living hedge, for a live hedge. The plant is quite thorny. It has these really big protrusions out of the bark, and I suppose that they could work well in stopping different types of large animals from entering your property or something like this. But they have to be planted really close together for this to work.
Also, we should mention that this tree does not fix nitrogen as other species from the bean family. It does extract it, but it does use it to build its body, but it doesn't share it with other plants. And as I talked about these seeds, right now we want to plant them, so we will put them in hot water around 70 degrees Celsius. So the waxy cover, protective layer, can be removed and they can sprout all at the same time. So yeah.
Also, the reason behind why they can't be used as other nitrogen fixing trees in the garden is because the nitrogen they fix, they don't use the same bacteria, nodule forming bacteria, as other legumes, and it is thought that it is a more primitive type of nitrogen fixation that benefits only the tree itself, because it happens inside of the root and not outside of it. This won't stop you from using it for nitrogen fixation only if you really copies the wood, and any new emerging growth, this yearly growth that happens after coppicing, you can then compost the leaves, turn them in the compost so that they decompose inside of it, and rot the wood, use it for Kugelkultur and things like this. Thank you. Bye bye.